on, guys? It's time for another video on the camper, the RV, whatever you want to call it. So today, we went through all this stuff, got all everything done. I got the table done and had a little plan for it. So this is what we're gonna do. Basically, I bought a board game. It's called Camp, and it seems pretty fun. We haven't played it yet, but kind of figured it kind of fit the theme. But what we're gonna do is I bought some of this stuff out of Walmart, and what it is epoxy for tabletops. And what we're gonna do is I got that board game glued down. This is just sitting on top of it, so it's making it stick to the table. But basically, once this gets somewhat dry, I'm gonna take this epoxy right here and I'm gonna pour it on top of that thing completely so that it's nice and level, maybe a little bit more over it so that it seals the whole game inside this table. So this is exactly how it's gonna look. It should be different. Don't see very many videos on this, so I'm just gonna give it a shot. So basically what I'm gonna do is take this Gorilla Tape, if it works good, and I'm gonna go all the way around with this, leaving a pretty good edge that sits up about, you know, somewhere in there, so that it keeps all the epoxy inside. Those cup holders, which I'm hoping work, I'm gonna pull them out like this, put the tape inside, and then I think I'll just slide the cup holder down a little bit so that it sits and holds the tape in. So hopefully this all works. Give it a shot. I'm gonna make sure couldn't find any other place to take this table and do this without crap getting it, because the wind's blowing hard outside. So I'm just gonna do it in the camper because it takes a while for that epoxy to dry, so I need it to be somewhere where it's safe, and what better place than the camper, really. So what I did was I leveled the camper. I put this level on top of the table, leveled it this way and leveled it this way to make sure that the table is level, so that when I pour it, it doesn't slump all to one side or something. So got that done. I guess all we gotta do now is pour it. Now, the only reason why I guess we picked this game here is, I mean, we were thinking of Monopoly and, you know, all the other popular board games. Scrabble was up there, but I mean, basically you're going camping, so what better game to go camping with than a game all about camping and outdoors. So really all it is, we haven't played it yet, but it's basically just your regular board game. You go around, when you lay them out apart, pull a card, and it has a question about nature. And 4 different categories, pretty much easy to hard. And so you answer the question. If you get it right, then you go on. So it was kind of a cool game. I figured it'd be kind of neat for the camper, and you know, plus it's got a little mountain theme on it. So we're gonna go with that. Hopefully it works, because I don't want to have to make or buy another table. So let's give it a shot. All right, guys, this is what we're looking at. So like I said, I put a tape border around this thing, and then where my cup holders, where I just tape the inside. I hope this works. It should. We got a complete seal, and this tape I'm using is pretty damn good stuff, so should be no reason for leaks, I wouldn't think. I just want to make sure it's nice and sealed, and hopefully with any luck. I'm gonna fix that little spot right there though. Other than that, I think we're good to start mixing up. Go ahead and level her out one more time, and be ready to pour. That should be pretty cool though, kind of a permanent fixture. I don't know, kind of neat. Now, the way this works, guys, is I got 1 part resin, 1 part activator. I got 2 of these little mixing cups. I'm putting 100 milliliters in both evenly. So I'll take both of these cups after I have the 100 milliliters, and I'll mix it in that cup. And it should activate itself. So then I'll stir it, and as soon as it's nice and stirred up, then I'll go ahead and start pouring it on the table here. Hopefully I have enough. If not, I have some more inside, so we'll see. Okay guys, got a little bit of a layer on there. I'm gonna keep going until I run out. So almost got the board covered. I want to get it nice and flush against it, and then go up and above the board so it's completely flush on top. So about halfway through my activator and my epoxy itself, so let's see if we have enough with just that. All right guys, there it is, but I was short on the stuff. So the stuff I have inside is actually a different kind of epoxy. Well, it's the same kind of epoxy. I don't know if it's too much different. Might be able to use it, I don't know. Problem is, when I was at Walmart the other day, that was the only box they had of that stuff. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but right there on the edge, it's still breaking through, and I want this thing to be completely covered. I want it to feel like a table with the board on there, but completely flat. So what I have been doing though, I didn't tell you guys, I got a heat gun, and when you look down here and you pour that epoxy, there'll be bubbles. So then you want to turn on your heat gun and run it over it. Pop all those bubbles, and it actually helps to smooth it out too, because it kind of, as it starts to harden, it liquefies and smooths everything out when you heat it up. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I guess I'll figure out if I'm going to use the stuff from inside or make the hour trip up to another Walmart and see if they have some, or run back into town and see if, I'm pretty sure they didn't restock this stuff because our Walmart's kind of stupid. So that's okay. This will go ahead and dry, and when it dries, I can still toss a layer over the top of this. So I'm gonna get another box of that stuff, and I'll probably do the whole thing again with you know, all that. So we're just gonna keep going. This video is just gonna take a little bit longer to get done, so that's okay. Okay guys, went and got another box of that stuff, so I got 2 more of these. So that should be enough to finish it up. Sat overnight and it's looking pretty good. It's just needs more epoxy because you got the edges over here that you can still see through, and I want this thing completely flat all the way across. So that's what I'm gonna run real quick. I'll show you the pour, and I'm gonna push it around and then take the heat gun to it. Alright guys, I'm going to start around the center-ish, because I know this board's the one that needs to go the most. So I'll start from the middle, work my way out. What sucks is last night while this was trying to dry, it decided to snow on us, so I figure I'll get it on and let her sit and dry for quite a few days just to make sure everything's good. All right, so now we just got puddles. I'm gonna make more puddles all the way around it, keep scraping it around until I have it completely flat. Okay guys, there it is. I can no longer see any bumps along the edges of the game. It's looking pretty good. So all I need to do is just let it sit. I'll probably let it sit a few days. And then after it sits and it gets nice and solid, then I'll go ahead and pull the tape off and see what I need to do after that. I'll probably have to sand around the edges and make it straight and nice, and then see how good it looks up on top, and see if I have to sand up top and polish it. But so far so good. It's like glass. So well, come back in a couple days and see what the finished product looks like. Alright guys, so I'm finally going to start working on this table. So first I'm going to start with knocking this edge down. It's got a pretty good edge all the way around it. So I got a big 120 sanding disc on that on my sander, and I'm going to kind of go around just the edge with that. Let's try to knock this down so it's level, and maybe put a little bit of an edge on it. And after that I'll throw on a higher grit and start doing the whole thing, because I got some bumps and stuff throughout here. Try to level it out a little bit. Then I'll just move up my grits. So I'll start by doing that. Okay guys, now I got the edge of that taken off as much as I could. I didn't want to go too deep. Now what I got on here is 400 grits. I'm gonna run 400 over the whole thing and try to level out the stuff in the center a little bit. I don't want to get too deep because it's kind of unstable. It's got high parts and low parts, so I'm gonna do the best I can on that. Okay, ran over it with 400. Still feeling a crust here. I can feel a bump here. Kind of hunks over right here. So I'm going to hit this a little bit more until I don't feel any bumps anymore. Everything else is feeling pretty good though, so continue on. Okay, now that we got the thing pretty much leveled out with the 400, that feels pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it next with a 1000. I'm going to 1200. I might throw a little bit of wetness on there, kind of wet sand it before I buff it. So hopefully this all works. First time I tried this, so we'll see. Okay, so as you see, I hit it with 1500 grit, or 1000 grit before that, 1500 grit, and now we're going to go ahead and try to buff it. So pretty much all the sand scratches are out of it, which is good. That's what you're trying to do. You got to step up your stages. So now we'll buff it and see if we can bring back that shine. Hopefully we can. I'm going to be using some makeshift stuff that I have laying around. It's paint polish, McGuire's mirror glaze, show car glaze. Hopefully this works. I'm gonna have a couple buffing wheels, so I'm gonna start with one buffing wheel that's more like a cutting buffing wheel, and I'll jump over to another one as a polisher. So that's what we're gonna use. Let's try it out and see if we can bring it back, hopefully. Okay guys, so there it is. Got her all polished up and ready to go. So now we got a nice smooth game board into our table. So the game we got, like I said, is this camp game. Haven't played it yet. Kind of seemed like it fit the whole RV thing. So normally what it comes with is these are your figures here. Your little game figures that you use. We went ahead and bought a bag of these Wild America Animals from Hobby Lobby. So like you got these little guys. So now we got these for our little game pieces. So it's got all the different creatures. I thought it'd be kind of cooler. So basically we'll have a box that we're going to build for this so that we can keep it up here, and whenever somebody wants to play, they can just play. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed that video. Threw her together. I thought that was kind of a cool idea for a camper. You know, nice and flush, and play it whenever you want, and it's just there. You don't have to worry about it sliding off or whatever. It's there until you get tired of the game, of course. But as much as we camp it, we shouldn't get tired of it. It's good. So anyway, there you go. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.